scores!
It's the Sports Hub.
Game 7, Boston trails by 2. It's been a battle all night, and for many in this building, this feels like the end. But Leroy and Cerrone, they've been here before. Leroy lurking, eyes locked in, and oh, he pulls it loose! He's got the steal with 5 seconds left. He looks up, finds Cerrone. Cerrone catches, steps into it. A 3 for the win! He hit it! Cerrone from downtown. Leroy to Cerrone, they have done it again. They've done it.
But at least it feels like spring outside. It's feeling good. Looks good. I feel good. Hope you're doing great, too. The number is 617-779-0985. Cerrone, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm a little tired, but I feel rested now. I feel better.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
I just got to say this before we introduce the music of the day. Cerrone and I grew up in church, and I have a testimony.
Uh-oh.
I got a testimony, Cerrone.
Take your time, brother.
It's been a very emotional weekend. We celebrated Pebbles on Hot 96.9. Her radio career came to an end Friday. That was very emotional, and we'll get to some of that later on. But personally, I just wanted to say I am truly thankful today. And I had a reminder to not complain and to try to look for and find the best, even though a lot of things could be going crazy. Long story short, Cerrone, a friend of mine is having some health issues. And I went and visited him in the hospital some time ago, and he was in a coma. He could not respond. And this morning I got a text from my daughter, Princess, and she said in the text, I'm not going to give you his name, but she said, so-and-so wants to say hi. And I was confused. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I got the initials wrong. Maybe I got the name wrong. Am I missing something? And so what am I doing? Let me just FaceTime my daughter. And I FaceTime my daughter. And I am just extremely thankful. God is good that I was able to see him with his eyes open and looking around. And it's truly just God is good. It's a blessing. And so if I get a little bit emotional right now, just bear with me. We all got our ups and downs. We're all going through stuff. Sometimes things don't work out the way you would like. But I believe God is in control. And in this situation, positive things are coming out. And I'm super excited. I'm thankful. Unbelievably thankful. And then on my way in, it just made me want to say, Cerrone, I'm thankful for being able to have you as a friend. I'm thankful for your family. I'm thankful for the time to sit down and talk sports with you, even when we're not on air, and talk life with you. I appreciate you. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for this time every single Saturday when we get an opportunity to connect with the listeners. Yeah, it's about sports, but there's a connection being made and being built. And I don't take it lightly. I know you don't take it lightly. It's an absolute blessing. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, to my mother. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful. And, you know, from time to time, we need reminders like that, man. Get a little bit caught up in our own stuff. And sometimes rightfully so. We're all going through something. But I am super, super thankful. So with that being said, I can't wait to get this show started today. It's just, again, 617-779-0985. Without giving out that person's name who I was talking about, they know who they are. The family knows. I'm still praying for you guys. I love you guys. And today it was a blessing. I'm so thankful to be able to see him with his eyes open. It's just unbelievable. We got about 3 more minutes before we got to take our first break, so we have to introduce the music of the day. Now, normally during Mother's Day, we do Mother's Day music, but Cerrone and I, we're not the type to just keep on doing the same old, or copying stuff, even our own stuff. So
That's
today,
black.
we are dedicating the music to the ladies. The ladies of hip-hop and R&B, to the ladies. But don't forget, we are going to celebrate the mothers too, but it's dedicated to the ladies. Turn it up. It's the Leroy and Cerrone Show. 617-779-0985 is the number. You know what? It is a lady. I wouldn't say ladies' night, but it's a ladies' day. We got a lot to talk about. Let me get to the phones. They're ringing already. I have a feeling. Just bear with me. I'm trying to turn this computer on. I've been all over the place.
Take your time, brother.
Man, God is good.
All the time.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? I can't come on here in front. I just got to tell it like it is.
No, sometimes in this day and age that we in now, it's every day need to be told like it is. I'm sorry, go ahead.
George, I can't see the names, but if you could, George, just put on line 1, but after Cerrone says what he was about to say. Cerrone, what you saying?
No, you were just saying we get caught up in our own stuff all the time, and I think one of the bigger issues in this world today is one of the things that's dragging us all down is we are too busy getting caught up in everybody else's stuff. There are too many things that are occupying our time and our attention and our mental health from each other, time away from our families. And I think I've mentioned this before. We go to bed sometimes mad and upset some type of way because of something we saw on social media that ain't got nothing to do with us. And we kind of lose focus on the things that are important, the people that are important to us. And we don't reach out to those loved ones around us until something happens. Yep. The same way we reach out to respond to something silly across social media. And I think what you did is put a lot of things in perspective, like what's really important, who's important, and where our focus needs to be, and not wait until something happens before we, put everything down and come together, as a group or whatever. But we need to get our focus back. I think that's the key to what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. All right, listen, we got to take a quick break. Phone lines are going. I'm seeing people already. They're ready to go, Cerrone. They want to talk about Vrabel. They want to talk about the Bruins. They want to talk about what we talked about in the beginning. We will do all of that next. It's the Leroy and Cerrone Show.
Service. Day or night and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
We're back with more Leroy and Cerrone on the Sports Hub.
What's up, Leroy and Cerrone? By the way,
That song is tough.
That song is tough. Over 1 billion views. And just so you know, Boston's own, her name is Ebony Williams, is one of the dancers in that video. There's only 3 dancers. You got Beyonce and 2 backup dancers. One of them is from Boston, Ebony Williams. Shout outs to her. Cerrone, the phone lines are going. Do you mind if we jump to the phones real quick?
Go ahead. Let's show the people.
Let's go to Hugh in Salem. What's up, Hugh?
Well, I want to talk about Leroy Irving. I want to talk about Mike Vrabel. Is he going to get fired? Because I know who's going to be the new head coach.
Appreciate it, Hugh. Is Mike Vrabel going to be fired? Is he going to get fired? Guess what? We're going to talk about that later. So you got to stick around, Hugh. Let's go to Frank in Los Angeles. Frank.
Hey, gents, how you doing? Y'all got me calling this daggone show constantly. I love your show. Both of you guys are excellent. But, Leroy, I got to know.
Yes.
A couple weeks back, I called in and said, being a Bruins fan, I likened it to being left at the altar.
Yep.
Game 1, my wife, she works for the Shield. She's getting ready to go do her thing over at the draft. Bruins are up, 3-1, 3-0. She comes downstairs 15 minutes later. What happened in the game? I said they lost. They give up those 3 goals, and I swear I'm thinking about your boy. I'm like, I wonder if Leroy saw it because this is the moment.
Yep.
And then you got this team who wins at home and cannot find the ice for their lives at home. And I was just wondering, what did he think about his first Bruins experience? And were you counseling him on this or what?
Well, put it like this, Frank. I'm still counseling the young man. And as a matter of fact, if you get a chance, go to 985thesportshub.com or the YouTube page because he was on last week literally crying on air and trying to – he was so confused, Frank. He now knows what it feels like to be a seasoned Bruins fans. We appreciate you, Frank. One more. Let's go to Jay in Dorchester. Jay.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Going on? Before I make a couple points, I just want to give a special shout-out to all the mothers out there, especially my wife for holding down the household.
Yes, sir.
Special shout-out to your friend. Hopefully he has a fast recovery.
That's right.
But one thing about the Celtics, just disappointed, man. Just don't split them up. Everybody's on the trade block except Brown and Tatum. And, we need to just build around them. We need a true point guard. We need a true big so Kane can, follow behind, maybe Adebayo and stuff like that. But want to give a special shout-out, and I thank you guys for when I call in. You guys put me on, and you know what I'm saying? Other shows you be on for 3 hours and don't get on. But what you guys are doing, you know what I mean? I really appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate you, Jay. Cerrone, we might as well get into it.
Yeah,
he said disappointed. I'm embarrassed. You're laughing, Cerrone, but I'm dead
shocked and
serious.
upset.
I'm embarrassed, and the reason why I'm embarrassed as a Celtics fan is because I thought we had moved past this way of playing, thinking, execution. I thought that the team had showed maturity, and it seemed like we've gone backwards. So personally, I'm embarrassed. And then there's one other thing, Cerrone. A lot of people have said that watching the Celtics play is boring. And I have to admit, as a fan, I was blinded to that. But this playoff run, if you want to even call it that, this playoff appearance, I was really able to separate myself, and I looked at it, and I'm like, you know what? They're right.
Yeah.
This is not fun basketball to watch. Forget the fact that it ended up in the team collapsing, but I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed as a Celtics fan.
Well, it is embarrassing. I mean, they should be embarrassed as an organization. I don't want to hear nothing about the gap year stuff and all that. I mean, anybody who's a real fan of basketball should have known from the beginning that this wasn't a team that was going to be at the bottom of the standings. Excuse me. You got Jaylen Brown, who most felt is an all-NBA caliber player. And usually when your team is led by anybody who's all-NBA good, you're going to win the majority of your games. I mean, look around the league. It is what it is. You have a guy, 6th man of the year, who can give you 30 in any given night. Peyton Pritchard, Derek White's another guy that we thought was borderline all-star caliber good himself. Just those 3 guys alone were good enough. You started the season with Anthony Simons, who was a 20-point-a-game guy for the last 3 years in Portland. You now have 4 guys capable of giving you 30 a night, 30 on any given night, 30 or more. And all did at points during the season. And then you trade Simons away, then you bring in Vucevic, a guy who's been an all-star in this league multiple times over. Nothing about their roster said gap year. And then when you got Tatum back, we all thought, okay, now you make your run. You put yourself in a position to make a run. Tatum comes back, he goes 13-2 when he's back in the game, back on the team. You go 13-2. Okay, you open up a first round against a team that when healthy is a good team. You took them. Now, you're up 3-1.
Right.
So there's no gap year. You got Tatum back. You got Vucevic. You had Anthony Simons to start the season. You're healthy going into the playoffs. You get a 3-1 lead in the series, and then you lose 3 games at home. At home, you lose 3 games. That's embarrassing. That's disappointment. That's shocking. And the thing that made it even worse, which the thing we thought would not happen again, they did not make any adjustments. They just kept doing what didn't work over and over. You ever see the thing? Remember when we were kids and we used to write on the sheet of paper, how to keep a dummy busy? And you put the arrow and turn it over and write the same thing on the other side. They just kept spinning it over over and over again.
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. And it's shameful. And they deserve, unfortunately, all the smoke and the negative attention they're getting locally and nationally. They earned it and deserved every bit of it. So they need to sit and take their lumps. But one of the guys on the team he couldn't wait 18 hours. He just jumped into it.
And we're definitely going to talk about that soon. Let's go really quickly back to the phone lines. Duran in Tewksbury. Duran.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up?
My name's Jaylen. What's up, Cerrone? I listen to you guys all the time.
Appreciate it.
I just heard you talking and getting emotional about, someone that you care about and that was sick. I'd like to just say, if I could, my cousin, she's a woman. She worked in mental health. She worked at a house up in Portland, Maine. I don't know if you guys heard about it. She was murdered by one of the patients on Monday. And, she's got 2 small kids and it's been really tough for my family. And, I just wanted to put her name out there and, they set up a GoFundMe for her and, it would mean a lot for me to, just put it out there. Her name's, Marlene McNeil and, there's a GoFundMe set up for her and, there's just really bad times right now and they caught the kid and, he lived there for a year and a half and he was one of the good kids at the house and he turned on her like that. She walked into work on a Monday and never came home. And
wow. Duran, I just want to say, we're praying for you, praying for your family. And what I'm going to need you to do is if you can stay on the line, I'm going to have George get your information so that we can do a better job at assisting your family. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank
George,
you. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Hold on for 1 second, please. All right. It's 2:29. We're going to take a break. When we get back, more Celtics talk, including we got to get on Jaylen Brown. Cerrone said he did something not even 24 hours, not even 12 hours after they lost.
It's like he went home and got on the computer.
I'm saying, is he justified or not? We'll talk about that next. Plus your calls. Leroy and Cerrone, 985, The Sports Hub.
Now, Leroy Irvin and Cerrone battle on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Zone.
And this group is a special group. I'm so proud of this group and the way we played. I wish we trusted that style of play a little bit more, but I know playoffs kind of shifted our rotations and what we wanted to do. But I'm so proud, and it was my favorite year of my basketball career. One, streaming with you guys, chat, was awesome. Like, being able to talk to y'all was like therapy every single day. You know what I mean? I mean, not every day, like once a week or whatever, what I was doing. Just to be able to get on here and give y'all the perspective and kind of, because, you know, these narratives be going left and right, just to hear it from the horse's mouth. But then also being able to just be a part of a group that just, through the uncertainty, came to fight and came to compete and came and went to war. I'll take a team like that.
I'm like, maybe he was thinking about, or maybe he was trying to come from Cerrone. Jaylen Brown going on, what was it, Twitch? But regardless, he was streaming,
Twitch, yeah.
Which I have no problem with. I think it's absolutely fine. Athletes have the right to do whatever they want. It was after the game. It's not like he was streaming during the game or at halftime or anything. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
But Cerrone, I'm trying my hardest to figure out why he said this past season was his favorite. I wrote down, he said streaming. That was part of it. Okay.
Yep, that's good. Yep.
I like the idea of, you can tell he's proud of the leadership that he showed during the season. I have no problem with that. But when you go out in the first round and you didn't win a championship and you've won a championship before, and your guy Jason Tatum, your superstar, goes out, can't play in Game 7. I'm having a hard time trying to justify his take that this was his favorite season. Can you help me out? Do you have any? What's going on?
There's no way to do it without coming off as like a hater, man. It's like we're always thrown in these. No, it's not even a debate. First of all, because I think the guy's he's an All NBA player, and he has been. He's a phenomenal person off the court.
Absolutely,
exceptional player on the court. Brilliant basketball player. I thought he's capable of being commissioner of the league soon. You know, he's not one of the guys you can wait until he's 60 and becomes a league commissioner. No, he's capable of being that type of guy, if not a politician. So he's beyond a basketball player. He just kind of does this for fun. But with all that being said, I just keep coming back to, because it was a good season for him individually. You know, this team has made since he's been here, they've made multiple deep playoff runs, many conference finals, a championship run. They've made it to the NBA finals a few years ago, won a championship 2 years ago. They've had deep playoff runs. So when the guy says, this is my favorite year, on a year where they came up well short, but him as an individual is going to be probably first team All NBA. It's like, was it great because you got a chance for you to be you? You got a chance to be the man.
And it was my
you got the attention. You got the statistics. You're getting paid well, the $58 million this year or something like that. That money really kicking in now. All the things, it comes off selfish, and he probably wasn't even trying to be selfish. But this is what happens when like Hermet would say, once you press in, this is what happens. We dissect everything you say. And it just comes off as, I'm trying to figure out, how is it the best season, the most fun you've had, where your running mate wasn't there?
I'll take a team like that any day of the week.
You were never the best team in the East or in the league at any point in the season. You were 3-11 against all the good teams. Your guys you had to start the season with was traded halfway through the season. Some of the guys were released, even down to the Josh Minotts and Anthony Simons, all those guys. Then you get Vucevic in, you get another guy coming in, all those things. And then on top of it, you blow a 3-1 series lead against a hated rival that hasn't beaten you since the 80s. And you lose 3 games at home, but then you're like 24 hours later, like, you know what? This wasn't bad. It's a bad look. It comes off bad. We expect you to be upset, frustrated, throwing stuff at that camera on video. And I think everybody would add something special. Like you said, we were.
Hold up, Cerrone. You're breaking up.
You mentioned going into war with guys.
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. It's somebody cut my cut. Hello?
Well, while that works out, let me just say this. On the flip side, I've been thinking about it. And if you're watching us on YouTube, I've literally have been jotting down some ideas. And I'm saying to myself, well, for Jaylen Brown, could it be that he's the type of person, and I get it because I'm this type of person, I appreciate the struggle. I don't want to live in it. I don't want to stay in it. But there's something about the struggle that if you can get through and press through. And for this season, I think the struggle was the expectations for this team were low. The expectation for this team wasn't it wasn't to be the second seed in the East. Now, you go back to other teams, the championship team, I think people expected them to do it, and they got the job done. He might be the type of person that says, look, the expectations are low, but somehow, some way, we were able to come together as a team, fight extremely hard throughout the regular season without one of our guys, JT, without my running mate, JT, and we still managed to get the second seed. I know it didn't end the way that we all wanted it to end, but we got there. And then our guy, JT, he came back. Once he gets healthy, man, the foundation, the cultural foundation with this new batch of players is solid. Now we can just build on it for the next season. It's disappointing that we lost, but if we can build upon it, that's what makes this the best season for me. And this is me really trying to come up with a possible excuse. Obviously, he knows deep down in his heart how he really feels and why he said what he said. It's hard for us to understand. I don't really understand, but I'm like, maybe that's it, Cerrone. Maybe he's just like, you know what? We overachieved. And as a player who had to take on the leadership responsibilities, I feel as though I did a really, really good job getting young players, other players, bench players to buy in, and we bought in so much that we were the second seed in the Eastern Conference. So maybe that's
possibly, yeah. I'm sorry.
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right. I mean, we could be just interpreting this whole thing wrong. We could be just judging this thing, unfairly here, but it just comes off as like a selfish type of, situation. And it's unfortunate. I don't understand that. So I expect more anger, if that makes more sense. I expect more frustration.
Yeah.
I expect them to be just shocked at this. I want them to feel this like I'm going into the offseason hard. I'm going to run through a wall because this is unacceptable. Like, I want to see his chin quivering, like just out of frustration. But it just seems like, we good. And from a professional athletes, it's just something that we're not used to seeing. But again, this is not, we said it so many times, this is not 10, 15, 20 years ago. Athletes are wired different. They're different now. And basketball is football or sports is not the key thing in their lives anymore. It's not end all be all. They don't die for the game no more. And it's an occupation, and they have their lives after it. So it's like, oh, season's over. Let me go live the rest of my life. Ben Simmons is like a fishing champion. And we're like, yo, we need a 6'10" guy that can rebound and pass the ball. He's like, I'm good. I'm going to go deep sea fishing. And it's like, bro, you're like 30. But that's where we're at now in professional sports. It's just when you see with somebody from your team, it kind of sucks a little bit.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we get back, everybody's calling in. They want to talk about the Celtics. We'll do that. Plus, should the Jays be split up?
local guys, lots of local sports talk. Leroy Irvin and Cerrone battle on Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
It feels like this split up is inevitable, and they're going to force Brad Stevens' hand. And that's Jaylen Brown to me. And look, I never want to see these two break up. I actually think they're very compatible. I think they can win multiple championships together. But as I've always been told since a little kid, ego is one hell of a drug. And as you keep winning at a high level, somebody feels like they have to be the guy. And it feels very intentional watching Jaylen Brown. He doesn't say things with lack of awareness. He's always very intentional with what he says. And what he's telling me and what I feel like he's telling the world is, this is a success when I'm the guy. You guys keep treating me like I'm secondary. I want to be the guy. And maybe he needs to go away. Maybe this could get passed over. But inevitably, we know who they both are. And it feels like it's like this. It doesn't feel like this is
losing control. It feels like things are falling apart. You know, Cerrone, that was Jay Williams speaking. And deep down inside, I have to agree with him. I pray it's not true. I hope that both of them can figure out a way to work together. And maybe there are no issues, and they've already got it figured out. But as an older person, as an older gentleman, I now know how important it is to have a team, to be able to work together. And when you guys are teammates, my God, I'm telling you, we said this before, Cerrone. Just think back to OKC. At one point, they had KD, Westbrook, and James Harden. And you might as well put, was it Serge who was on that team too?
Yeah, Serge Ibaka, yeah.
Man, that talent, if they just could have stuck together, what they could have done. But the Eagles got in the way there too. Cerrone, what's your reaction to the idea that the Jays should split up?
I think it's what he's saying about Jaylen Brown. When you hear the whole thing, everything he said, the ego, and he's kind of telling you, things are better when I'm the man, whatever. I think Brown kind of wants his cake and wants to eat it too. I think he doesn't want to leave Boston. I 1,000% believe he does not want to leave the Celtics. He doesn't want to leave the city. I think he's home here. He loves the Celtics. I think he loves Jason Tatum, honestly. I think he does treat him like he's a brother. But he also wants to be the man of the team. And with Jason Tatum there as well. You see what I'm saying? Like, all the things could be true, but I think it's more of, being the man with this guy, with all of it in Boston, with Jason Tatum and all those things. And I think he needs to, if it's true, he needs to understand one guy doesn't have to be the man every night. Or one guy. It's like, you want that title for what? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you chasing? They pay you like you the man. You've been awarded like the man at times. You won a championship. They said you were the best guy. The media, the same media you fight with every week, are the same ones that told you were the man of the Celtics. They voted you conference player of the series, whatever, Eastern Conference, whatever the war, or was it the Library Award, whatever it is. The same media you fight with voted you Finals MVP over a guy that had the more points, rebounds, assists, and steals in the series. They said you were the man. They already awarded you that title, whatever that means. And he just seems to still be in this search for respect. And I understand coming into the league, coming into the draft, he was booed at draft night. A lot of guys were. Michael Jordan was booed at draft night. Get over that. Everybody wanted the center. No one wanted Michael Jordan. He was booed. Tom Brady was booed. You get booed. All the greats have been booed at draft night. Fans don't know what they think they know. But it's this constant search for validation of being the man, the best player, leader of the team, all these things. And it's the little things he says, and that's what Jay Williams is talking about. Little things here or there that makes you think, that ego might end up splitting them up. With that being said, if I'm the Celtics, I don't let ego split them up. I go yell at ego. I pull him in the room. Hey, look, man, cut it out. You ain't going nowhere. I ain't trading you. I ain't trading him. Deal with it. Figure it out. We're not burying our franchise because you're in your feels. Sorry, it ain't happening. And I honestly feel this is a thing with the Tatum thing. I kind of feel a little sympathy with him over time. Because this young man has never said a thing about being the man, wanting to be the man, or this or that. He just hoop and go home with his kids. He don't say a word, and he's dragged into, Tatum's ego. What has he said? What has Tatum said? Or what has he done besides hoop? His game is an all-around game. So it comes off as, he's trying to be the alpha. No, he's a better passer. So he has to be the one. He's a better ball handler. So he has the ball in certain situations. It's just purely basketball. But I think they are really good friends on, off the court, whatever you say. They've been together for years. They've been through a lot together. I would never break this up. And I pulled up a list. There's a list of players and teams of duos that have been split up by fans. Media always say, we got to get rid of one of these guys so you can do what? If you get rid of one of them, what are you going to be? You're going to be a team that's out in the first round for the next 5 years until you find another duo. That's the way it works. And you can go back. I don't care. I mean, this really wasn't a thing until the mid-'90s, but Orlando had Shaq and Penny. That they were the future, and everybody knew it. And then money and ego got involved, and then the Orlando Magic ownership and fans thought it was stupid to pay a guy $100 million to play basketball. Shaq goes to L.A., wins multiple championships. Meanwhile, he's in L.A. Shaq and Kobe had already won 3 in 5 years or whatever it was. Ego split them up. Yep. Kobe wanted to be the man. He wasn't a man until he got another guy to be a running mate with him, Paul Gasol. It took 5 years for him to win again. Shaq goes to Miami, wins immediately. You know, it's Kawhi Leonard leaving San Antonio. When he won a championship, I don't know, these older guys, I got to do my own thing. He gone. You mentioned the Thunder. KD was there for 9 years and they didn't win. But you were still in the 20s, bro. What are you leaving for? KD, Westbrook, Harden, all 3 of them won MVP right after each other in the league. They split up. The Thunder fans, organization, everybody on the radio says split them up. The Thunder just now turned into a good team. It took a decade for them to be respectable after KD left. There's so many examples. Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. Let's split them up. Nash never won. Dirk had a good run a couple years ago, and the Mavs were toast after that going forward. There's so many examples of teams losing good players, and when they split up, you don't get better losing all NBA talent. And it's something I would never do. And I think if you want to squash this thing, you don't trade one of them away. You bring them both in and say, look, man, you guys are here. You Stockton and Malone around here. You Bird and McHale. You Jordan and Pippen. You here. Don't even think you Magic and Worthy. Don't even think we're not doing you the way other organizations have done their star players. You're not going to be Carmelo and Amari Stoudemire. You give it one good run. Oh, that's it. No. You should have stuck together. You guys are going to be here for the long haul. You are going to be, and I put this online the other day, if the Warriors can keep Draymond Green and Steph Curry together all this time with all that turmoil and all those losing seasons, this team has tanked a few times with that duo. You can keep these two guys together for the long haul, and they're still only in their 20s. So I'm not splitting this.
From the Delaware Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. Touchdown! The flagship station of the Patriots, Bruins, the Celtics. WBCFM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, the Red Sox beat the Rays yesterday 2-0. They'll play again this afternoon at 4:10. Peyton Tolley is scheduled to get the start for the Sox. NBA action, Knicks over the 76ers, 108-94 to take a 3-0 series lead. Spurs are now up 2-1 in that series after getting by the Timberwolves 115-108. You got the Pistons and Cavs at 3, which has already started, and Thunder Lakers at 8:30. In the NHL, Canadians smacked the Sabres 5-1. That series is tied at a game apiece. The Golden Knights easily over the Ducks 6-2. Vegas leads that series 2-1. You got the Hurricanes and Flyers today at 6. Avalanche Wild at 9. Women's professional hockey. The Boston Fleet lost Game 3 yesterday. The Ottawa 2-1. Game 4 tomorrow at 3. And Major League Soccer action. The Revs and Philadelphia Union play tonight at 7:30. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180. A 10-week medication-free plan with weekly results and a finish line. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Leroy Irvin. Your next update is in an hour.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub. Now, Leroy Irvin and Cerrone battle. Leroy and Cerrone on Boston's Home for Sports. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Yeah, it's raining more than ever. Big time. Get under that umbrella, JT and JP. The whole entire organization.
Yep, everybody get up under there.
Well, maybe not Missoula, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Might need to leave him out in the rain.
He's the rain.
This team, let's be clear, Cerrone, this team has issues. But splitting up JT and JB, we can agree, is not going to solve the problem, right?
It never has in the history of basketball.
Okay.
Getting rid of the star has never worked.
Is it okay to say that perhaps one of the issues is the philosophy and perhaps the coach?
There it is. There it is. I mean, and for those who say, well, he won you a championship. So did Bill Fitch. Bill Fitch won you a championship. KC Jones was walking through that door and gave you a couple more. You see what I'm saying? Like it's happened before.
Yeah.
With this organization.
Yep.
How many different head coaches won you a championship? Doc Rivers won you a championship. A couple days later, you traded him. A couple years later, Doc Rivers was traded to the Clippers. Yeah, let's get rid of the coach for draft picks and 2 cans of Tab soda. Get him up out of here.
Good old Tab.
RC Cola, diet. But that's what I would have gave for Doc Rivers. Pack of Kool-Aid, no sugar. Banana flavor, like the one no one wants. Doc Rivers, I can't stand that man. I'm sorry. It's sorry it took me there. Doc, take me there.
You can't stand that man as a coach.
But you won with Red. Red left. You won with Bill Russell as the coach, a player coach.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Russell, he stepped down as coach. You won with Tommy. This is an organization that has moved winning coaches before and got it done. That's changed philosophies. That's changed style. And you've seen it over the years. You've seen players make adjustments. Paul Pierce didn't play the same way he did when KG and Ray showed up. He was asked to adjust. KG had to adjust. Ray Allen had to change their game for the better of the team. They had to become something that they weren't. The issue with the Celtics team is refusing to change and refusing to adjust. You've been showing the league the same thing for 3-4 years. They done figured you out, bro. It's time to do something different. And the changes, like you said, I'm not getting rid of Tatum Brown. I'd trade everything down to the Garden before I get rid of them. I'm sorry. It is what it is. We got to get up out of here. I trade everything but those 2 guys. I am not trading peak all NBA talent in their 20s, late 20s, because it didn't look good. Now we think it's going to look better next year when you got a role player there instead. I'm not running through another season of Josh Minot and Jason Tatum or Josh Minot, Jaylen Brown. I mean, we're not doing that again. No way.
617-779-0985 is the number. Oh, boy. Celtics fans are on the line. Let me get to them for, Stanley and Taunton. And thank you all for waiting. Stanley.
Yes, how you guys doing today?
What's
Happy Mother's Day if I don't talk to you tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm going to say a couple things. I'm going to say this. You have 4 factors. Jaylen Brown wasn't too off with the flopping because if you watch that Knicks game, it was horrendous by Embiid, purposely trying to injure people. People got to start speaking on that. Number 2, what are your thoughts on possibly trading for Sabonis? Because when you really look at it, as I told the gentleman who answered the phone, when you look at it, Missoula's too caught up trying to do that 2024 magic like C.J. Stroud is trying to recapture his rookie year. Like, that's the one guy that I think makes the most sense in a sense of Porzingis-like guy because he doesn't play defense, but he's a great rebounder and scorer. Number three, you got to realize the reason why the Celtics are where they're at right now is because Adam Silver's new CBA a while back punished teams for drafting very well. Look what happened. The Celtics did a good 15 years drafting very well to the point where they couldn't sign most of their players back. That's what's going to happen to OKC. They're the one team out of the outlier that can possibly build a dynasty in this new era of basketball.
Appreciate it, Stanley. Cerrone, real quick. Sabonis. I feel like you've talked about Sabonis in the past. How do you feel about that?
Tough.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's so tough. He's just buried in Sacramento. He's tough. He understands the game. He does everything you need. You need a guy like that. He can score inside. He can score mid. He can score on the outside. He's probably the best rebounder in the game when he's healthy. I don't know how bad he was injured this season, but when he's healthy, he's a very good player. And if he was in a major market, everybody would know him and talking about him. He'd be an all-star year after year. He's got the numbers and the to back it. We've watched him destroy the Celtics team by himself in years past. And he comes from his pops, if anybody's watched his father play, probably one of the most fundamentally skilled centers in the history of basketball.
Right.
The NBA just didn't get him until he was already washed and had bad knees. But Sabonis Sr. was Jokic in an era of Hakeem and David Robinson and Shaq. He was that guy before he hurt his knees. And his son grew up watching that and understands the game. I absolutely would trade for him, but I am not trading one of the Jays for him. I'm trading 6 of the assistant coaches they got that they don't need and probably half the bench and anybody else. Nobody's off the table except for Tatum and Brown.
Cerrone, let me tell you my
Mazzulla
concern.
too. I trade Mazzulla for him.
Let me tell you about my concern if the Celtics were able to get Sabonis. I think it's the philosophy again. I look at Vucevic and I'm like, I feel like they misused him. Right.
Yeah,
so what is it going to be? And it's becoming clearer and clearer. Again, the Celtics have an issue. But the philosophy, like, it's a major, major, major issue. And it's almost to the point where it doesn't matter who they bring in or who they get rid of. If the philosophy remains the same, I have to believe that the results are going to remain the same.
It's okay. I'll give you a couple NBA examples. Jordan Pippen, Chicago Bulls. Jordan was scoring 35 a game, getting 8 rebounds, 8 assists.
Yep.
The Bulls just couldn't figure it out. They kept running into a wall. How come we can't figure this thing out? Yes, they brought in Phil Jackson. But we talked about this. Phil Jackson then brought in Tex Winter, the godfather of the triangle offense. And he instilled, he branded it into their brains to run this offense. Look, I know you guys got talent, but if we run this offense right with the players we have, nobody's going to beat us, and nobody could for the decade once they got that down. It was a change of philosophy. They got Doug Collins out, Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was smart enough to know he was just a coach at the YMCA in Puerto Rico before they brought him in. So he brought a real coach in to teach them offense, and I'll worry about the defense. And it worked. It was a change in philosophy. Phil Jackson then comes to L.A. You had Shaq and Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel, Kobe Bryant, probably one of the most dynamic offensive talents we've ever seen in basketball. They got swept by the Utah Jazz because they didn't have no philosophy. Phil Jackson comes in, brings Tex Winter in. I'm going to teach y'all the triangle with Shaq in the middle. Ain't nobody going to beat y'all. 3P, just like that. They got rid of Van Exel and Eddie Jones. It brought in philosophy, and it worked. We've seen teams be successful and then make a coaching change or a change in philosophy, and all of a sudden, they're unbeatable. The Celtics team I know people keep saying this team, they need more talent, they need more this. No, they don't. They need a change in philosophy. There was multiple times Vucevic sets a screen and his natural instincts for playing basketball for so many years, he'd get a small on him and he posts the guy all the way up under the basket. And you know what the other 4 guys on the court would do? Skip it around the horn and shoot a 3. Even though he's got a little guy on him, their natural instinct wouldn't be to dump it in. And that happened multiple times since he was brought in, leading to you to say that he was misused. And a change in philosophy would have said, hold on, time out. What if we put both big men in the game, run our offense from the post, get guys cutting without the ball? What would Jaylen Brown look like cutting to the basket without the ball and us throwing backdoor, throwing lobs to him all night? He'd be phenomenal. But again, there's no change in it. And that's why the biggest change for this Celtics team is not the roster. It's the guys on that sideline or their mentality and philosophy.
Yep.
And if you're not gonna get rid of Missoula, somebody needs to pull him in the office and say, "This is what we're gonna run. You run it, or we're gonna run you out the door." That's the change that needs to happen. It's a philosophy, not a talent change.
I said this last week. I got to give the Sixers some credit because in the middle of the series, they changed their philosophy. And we talked about this. You got Embiid out there shooting threes. He got no business really being out there, and he was just banging them off the back of the backboard or whatever, right? And they go, hey, you're going to go down in the block. And they did that. And that, in my opinion, is when that series changed. And I literally said, if they're willing to do that, and it was the right move to make, and they stick to it. It was common sense, yes. And it was like, oh, boy, they're in trouble. And lo and behold, they end up winning the series.
I got another one for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's watching the Lakers Thunder series, most of the series is what's the SGA, top of the key, dribble, dribble, dribble. He does this thing. He moves. He finds the open guy. Well, the Lakers, like they did to the Rockets, they're double teaming SGA the whole time. As soon as he crosses half court, they're doubling in with Marcus Smart and other guys on the wings, good defenders. SGA immediately said, let me become a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's inviting the double team. And now they're finding guys in the wings and the corners. They're getting layups at the rim with Hartenstein. They're just picking the Lakers defense apart to the point they're crying about calls or crying whatever they can because the Thunder adjusted on them on the fly and they can't figure it out. And the minute they go back to playing the normal, the Thunder go back to their normal game and it's blowout city. But teams are adjusting in the playoffs right now, and we're seeing it real time. And the one team that didn't is the one team that's at home that should be still playing.
All right, as promised, phone lines are loaded. I promise we're going to get to you guys next when we come back from break. Celtics, man, it's on everybody's mind. We're going to talk about it. 617-779-0985, 985 The Sports Hub.
Taking your calls, giving hot takes. Leroy Cerrone and Cerrone battle on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What about? We can't get everybody on, but we just put our list together the best way we know how. Cerrone, I just wanted to mention this. Early in the show, we talked about how embarrassing it was to watch the Celtics lose the series to the Sixers. I think it will be just as embarrassing, if not more, if next season, within the first 20, 25 games, we find out that the philosophy hasn't changed. I will sink down.
Just gonna wing it again?
Yeah, I will sink down in my chair with my hands over my eyes. The secondhand embarrassment will be through the roof, like unbelievable.
But it's something you said about misusing players and stuff like that. Because if you look around the NBA playoffs, look at all the teams that are left. Let's look at the teams that got in. I still think, man for man, the Celtics are probably the second most talented team out of all of them.
That's sad. Because it's true.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily are. You look at Detroit. They have no talent. That's philosophy and hustle. They have no talent. The Sixers, you already know, you had a 3-1 lead on them and beat them by 30 twice in a week.
You got to give Cade Cunningham some credit.
Okay, Cade, I think, my opinion, Cade is MVP of the league because the Pistons have no talent. That's why I think he's the MVP of the league because they've been at the top of the East from day one. They didn't just go on a quick run. They were the best from the beginning. But you look around the league and you look at the Celtics roster. If Jokic had Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, and Vucevic, he'd still be playing. The Denver Nuggets would still be playing basketball right now. If the Lakers, even with the injuries, if the Lakers traded Marcus Smart for Peyton Pritchard and Derek White right now, the Lakers would be one of the favorites to come out of the Western Conference when Luka comes back. You have the talent. You just misused your talent. You see what I'm saying? Detroit, I just mentioned. Detroit got everything but more low post scoring. If Detroit had the guy you don't want in Vucevic, right now the Detroit Pistons would be walking to the NBA Finals because Cade Cunningham be running pick and roll with him, and it'd be an unstoppable thing in the Eastern Conference. Simple as that.
All right, 617-779-0985 is the number. Phone lines are loaded. Let's get to it. And again, thank you guys for holding. Some of you guys have been on for almost an hour. Joe in West Virginia, what's up with you?
Hey, praise God. And I just want to say, you got Tab, RC, Cola, watch it down with a Fresca. Hey, I got to say to this. I got to say this to you with your permission. Brother Leroy, Brother Cerrone, you guys had it. You called it as far as if JT wasn't 100%, you don't play him. It was pretty obvious. Come game 7, he was no longer 100%. I just want to give you my take on JB and JT. And, everybody's got a take from Brookline Ave to Blue Hill Ave about what to do on this. But I just feel like, JT, I'm sure the Wall Street suits love the guy. Not at all controversial, whatever. But I just felt he could have come to the back of JB when this whole incident took place, as far as how great the season was for him and whatever. He could have said, well, yeah, it was great because I got to play some playoff basketball thanks to JB. I just want to say real quickly, Brother Cerrone, Brother Leroy, it's like outside of your family, like if that last best friend in the world, it would be each other, And I would like to see that between JT and JB. Put the ego aside and just work out together or whatever. You're going to have time to be alone and do your own thing.
Appreciate it, Joe. Cerrone, I think you mentioned that last week. I think you mentioned you would like to see JB and JT work out together during the offseason.
Because I've seen it work in the NBA too many times. I don't care what documentary you watch. I don't care if it's the Bulls documentary, the Celtics documentary, Showtime documentary. Magic would do his summer series, and the first players he invited was his teammates. That way, when the season started, they were ready to go. We've been running. We've been running this, hopefully a new offense, something different. But I want to see, I mentioned a two-man game between Tatum and Brown. The way you develop that is by constantly playing with each other, working out with each other, picking up tendencies. And I think that's something at this point, this stage in their career, that needs to happen. You see it a lot around other sports. What's the first thing that happened when the offseason hit with Tom Brady? You would see him up in some mountain somewhere. He got the receivers together. Drake May last year say, hey, I got this idea, guys. Why don't you guys meet me down in Charlotte at the high school there? And they all got together, put the video together. And just so happens the Patriots receivers were the most explosive receiving group in the league. It came out of nowhere. Because they had a chemistry. The Celtics need to build a chemistry. They need to build, not just the Celtics, Tatum and Brown need to build a chemistry, and then whoever else needs to get on board with what they do and run their two-man game.
All right, let's go to Ralph in Cranston, Rhode Island. Ralph.
Hey, guys. Cerrone, I agree with most of what you say. Now, I don't think chemistry is a problem in any way. Now, Brown feels he has no problem with Tatum, the person or the player. He feels, the only thing he's got left right now, he's accomplished so much. He wants to be the man. We all know that. Now, you also mentioned Red Auerbach. If Red Auerbach heard a player say, listen, this was a great year ahead, and you didn't win the championship, he's got you on the block and saying, you know what, I want to win a championship. I don't care who scores. But one thing you have here, Cyril, when you're looking at I agree, too. You look at Chamberlain both times. You look at Jabbar and you look at Shaq. They were traded and you won championships with them. But look at the garbage that they got for these guys. It's not very easy for Milwaukee to trade Giannis. It's not as easy as you think. But if you could ever pull that off, think, if he's healthy and you could have another team in, Brown, a couple of draft picks, not Pritchard, and you brought the Greek Freak here, number one, they'd be the most popular team. Every team in the league would be selling out. You would have, to me, everything you need. You'd have that vicious rebounder. You'd have that toughness. You'd have everything. And if I could make a move like that for Brown, and you do Brown because Tatum would make it work with him. Tatum would, without a doubt, make that work.
Appreciate it, Ralph. Cerrone, Giannis, that's been coming up for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Still, just, his name is coming up again. We already established, I believe again last week. We keep saying last week, which should send a signal to people. Don't miss a show. Last week, I believe we said it. He does have a diva. It seems like he's kind of a diva now. Yeah. We didn't see that. If you don't like
Jaylen Brown talking and stuff like that, wait till you see this cat. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
No, it just he does have a diva thing to him. He does have something to him, and my biggest fear with Giannis is he's not gonna want to change what he does at all. He's gonna want the same amount of touches. He want to keep doing his thing. That's why it didn't work with Dame. They brought an all-world point guard in with him, and he's still bringing the ball up.
Yeah, and we knew that from the moment that was announced.
Yeah, it's like he's not gonna change. And do you want to bring him in if the philosophy hasn't changed? What's the point of bringing in Giannis, who leads the world in paint scoring, if you're going to shoot 45 threes? Now, all of a sudden, he's mad because he's not getting his touches. It's a fast break, and you all run into fanning out to the wings, to the line, and he's running down the middle with his hands up. We saw Kata in a situation the other day, running with his hands up down the middle of the court with a chance to take the lead in the Game 7 at home, and everybody ignored him and shot a corner three instead. What happens when that's Giannis as opposed to Neemias Queta? And what is he going to say in the media? And how long did your coach survive that situation?
Chris in Hartford. Chris.
Still to this day, my son is 13. He calls his mom mommy, and it melts my heart.
Yes,
so to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day weekend. But let's talk about the accountability, okay? Jaylen Brown is not a bystander in this. You have guys like Chris Gasper, Scott Zolak, Hardy Poole in the morning, a lot of the media members have not held Jaylen Brown accountable for his whole career. So don't expect him to all of a sudden become accountable. Instance, this comes down to effort. The Celtics were down 13. They put Brown on the bench, Cerrone, and he came into the game. The next two possessions, he blew defensive pick-and-roll rotations, and his guys were looking at him. That's not a leader, okay? So if Jaylen Brown wants to get in better graces with Chris from Hartford, his brother's keeper, because Jaylen Brown is a Celtic, so he is my brother, he needs to worry about defense because we play defense for our brothers.
Appreciate it, Chris. We got to talk about that when we get back on the other side. Cerrone says he's right. I'll let you have some time to speak more on it, plus more.
Paul George just hit another shot in the garden. I'm sorry.
Leroy and Cerrone Show, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Leroy and Cerrone on the Sports Hub.
Intro music. Change that up too. All that got to go. Clean house.
No more cute stuff.
No, that's it. It's too. Yeah, I mean, come on, y'all. It's the Celtics. What are we doing here?
Need some foaming at the mouth. You know what? I watched. Was it Kojak? Cujo.
Oh, the dog with people stuck in the car?
I watched that a few weeks ago, and it's still a good movie.
Is that Ricky Schroeder in the car?
I don't know what that's.
Little boy?
Little Zolak? I swear, Scott Zolak looks like a
does look like Ricky Schroeder.
Silver Spoons.
Silver Spoon, that's it.
Here we are, face to face, a couple. But yeah, Cujo.
But that car should be the representation of the Boston Garden. You just in there stuck, terrified, can't wait to get up out of there.
No, the car is the teams coming into. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I see the mother and the child, they stuck in there. And Cujo just circling the car the whole time trying to figure out a way. That should Celtics, Bruins. You can tell us, it's just us. Is it the building, y'all? The building don't feel right, don't get lucky because they can't win. Neither team can win at home in the playoffs. The Celtics lost 3 games at home. Is it because it's too nice? Don't get loud? Is it the fans? Is it the atmosphere? What is it? But no one's intimidated when they come to the Garden. That old Garden, 86 Celtics, 50-1 at home. That's a huge part of their legacy. This Celtic team, when they're at home, that's when you get nervous. It shouldn't be that way. I mean,
we need that dog
something got to change. So cut the lights out like they do in New York. Only highlight the court.
I don't even want them to bark. I just want them to growl.
Just be there.
Like DMX.
The most intimidating dog is the one that don't say nothing. Just sit there. Man, they ain't got no dog, man. It's just goldfish.
Bring the dog back. Anyways, let's go back to the phone lines. Al in Dorchester. What's up, Al?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey, listen, you said it right with the song UNITY. I said the other song you're going to have to play to make that work is Michael Jackson's Change. We got to change from Mr. 2-on-1s. So my thing is this: you talked about the coaching changes they made in the past. If anybody's seen that documentary, which is really good, what they do? They got rid of Fitch, went down the bench, and got a coach, and that's probably the answer right there. And the other thing is when Doc Rivers got KG and all those guys together, he asked them, what are we going to do? That's what you need. You need the change. You need the coach that's going to be able to facilitate that. And tell them, get them in the room. What are we doing?
Appreciate it, Al. Cerrone, do you mind? We got a lot of callers.
Go ahead. We'll touch on them all. Go ahead.
Let's go to, is it Rajiv? Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong in California, but what's going on?
Hey, that's okay. Each time you say it, you're getting closer. Rajiv. RJ sound.
There you go.
Hey, there you go. You got it. Hey, good to listen to you guys. And it feels like I'm in church right now because you guys are absolutely preaching. You've been spot on, right? Because it's like, keep Tatum and Brown together, change everything else up. But it's the philosophy, right? It comes from the top down. Whether it's Missoula, whether it's Brad Stevens or Chisholm, it's like this whole thing about we're going to keep shooting threes and we're not going to change. Missoula thinks himself like a philosopher, right? He thinks he's like Phil Jackson and that, but he's too stubborn. He doesn't want to change. His thing is, we're going to shoot threes, and that's the way it works, and that's the stats. But that's the regular season. In the playoffs, it's a different beast. It's fine if you're hitting, but if you're not, it's like, no duh, Sherlock. Obviously, if you hit it, you're going to win. But when you're not, you need to change the philosophy. Go into the lane. You have other players that are in foul trouble. Drive up against them.
Appreciate it, man. Real quick, Cerrone, I want to touch on 2 things. We haven't talked about Brad Stevens. Did you see his press conference?
Yes, I
and
did.
How much accountability do you think, or how much of the blame does Brad Stevens need to take on? And then the second thing, he was talking about Joe Mazzulla, and of course, people are still calling in. They want to talk about Joe Mazzulla too. But we didn't even touch on what he said when he said the year we won, I felt just as empty as we did when we lost. When I heard that, as a Celtics fan, I wasn't embarrassed. I was ticked off. I thought you were in this like to win. There's no. It almost feels like, are you competitive, or not. To me, that was a huge. I didn't like that at all. I really didn't.
Comes off as ultra competitive, like I'm trying to win everything. You know, what you were the guy that went all in to embarrass media members because of your beef. You went out of your way to humiliate those members of the media that you knew couldn't beat your coaching staff of Division I hoopers and NBA players.
You're talking about the basketball game at the beginning.
The basketball game. Yep. He went out of his way to humiliate them and beat them and show everybody that they're better. And then you're going to play the Sixers and come out and say, well, I felt the same way. No, where was that intensity? Keep the same energy you did against the media, against the Philadelphia 76ers, and you still be playing basketball.
Wait, Cerrone, wait, because you're about to go to the next level. And can somebody please explain the starting five of Game 7?
Hey, George, cue up that Sabotage with the Beastie Boys. That was sabotage in my book. I don't care what anyone says. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I'm standing on that. You don't throw out a G League lineup in a Game 7 against the Sixers at home. Then you did every single thing that we sat here on that show and said this team needs to adjust and do. I don't listen to the media. Oh, no, you listen to the media because everything the media said, national and local, you did it out of spite. And you did it all in the first quarter, and you thought you would get away with it and win that game in the end, and you ended up blowing it. There's no other reason to justify putting that lineup out there except the point you're sending a message. You were sending a message to the media that was telling you to use your bench and use your rotation a little more. So you out of spite, being petty, you started the bench in the Game 7. The first time in NBA history, 3 guys from a starting team in the playoffs did not score. None of them scored. And then you never went back to that lineup again. So that tells me it wasn't strategy. It didn't work. And no one even asked him why he did it. He threw Gonzalez out there early, sparked the run. Good play. Been begging for that. You didn't see him again. You think he played another minute after that? You went with the small lineup, with something that we've been saying for 2 weeks, and others have been saying nationally and locally. Go with the small lineup. He did that. It worked. He didn't go back to it. It was like, I'm going to do everything y'all asking me to do to show you that it doesn't work. And he thought he was going to win that game and blew it. There's no way to justify putting that lineup out there like that. Ron Hopper Jr. in a Game 7. Are you serious?
617-779-0985. Let's go back to the phones real quick. Luke in a car. Luke, my brother. Here he comes. Luke hit us back. Let's go to Phil in New Hampshire. Phil.
Hey, guys. I had to respond to that caller that just spoke there with the three-point thing and abandoning and everything else. Look, Brad Stevens built an incomplete team. Last year, we were the number 1 scoring team in the paint. The philosophy was solid, but when you don't have the paint anymore, then it just turns into chucking threes, and it was disgusting, but it was an incomplete team, and that's why Stevens was looking for a development year. You could see it. And then what ended up happening is the team started doing too good, so we did a panic move and got Vucevic, and that didn't work out. And then here we are, no elder statesman. Where was Horford? Somewhere else when he's Embiid's kryptonite, because we weren't prepared for this. We were prepared for a developmental season.
Appreciate it, Phil. We got to take a quick break. Oh, my God.
I'm responding when we come back.
Okay, so keep that. Put a pin in that. Cerrone's going to respond to that when we get back. Plus, the phone lines are going again. We trying to move on to other stuff, but the people want to talk about
Now, Leroy Irvin and Cerrone battle on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Zone.
Joe needs somebody on that staff to hold him accountable. I think he's done a solid job, but actually I think we're seeing in the playoffs he is being out-coached, and something's got to change.
I mean, the simplest way to look at what Joe has to do, Joe has one job to do, I think, every day this summer, and that's get better. That's his job. Find a way to get better, whether it's X's and O's, whether it's game planning, whether it's after timeouts, ATOs, and all, whatever it is, find a way to get better, because Joe is slowly but surely establishing a reputation of being a really good regular season coach, someone who does really good things in the first 82. But when the games matter most, he's not so great. And again, yes, he's won an NBA title, but when you look at his entire the totality of his postseason as a coach, you take away the championship year, and it's not looking.
Real quick, just a side note. I know that ain't who I think it is. Cerrone. Have you seen Stephon Diggs? His Diggs Deep, which he needs to change the name of this, but the Diggs Deep Foundation Mother's Day Wellness event today?
No.
It's a beautiful thing. Cardi's there with him.
You know what?
Hey, George. One more time for Tina. Miss Tina Turner, please. One more time.
What's love got to do with it?
If you would, quit these. Apparently, we're not supposed to talk about people's personal relationships and stuff.
Oh, that's
like
right.
That. You know, that's a no-no. That's, you know.
Yeah, that's right. No more. No,
especially when it comes to celebrities.
Can't touch on it.
I mean, celebrities forever, we've always talked about their relationships and affairs and the good and the bad. But
we just watched Diggs in court all week.
I'm sorry. Let's just leave it alone.
That's right. We'll leave that nonsense to the tabloids. But real quick. The last caller before we went on break, he said something to the effect that last year's Celtics team led the league in paint scoring. No, they didn't. They were dead last. The year before that, they were bottom 5. Year before that, they were bottom 5. Year before that, you had to go back to 2015-16 season where they were in the top third in the NBA in points in the paint. They never were a good points in the paint team. Last year, They had the same problems they did this year. Struggled against good teams and lost early in the playoffs. They were exactly the same with Al Horford. And I understand the importance of Al Horford, but when it comes to on the court, I didn't think he would have made much difference because he's up there in age. Is his wisdom on the sidelines and things like that? Yeah. But he was on the court last year when they shot too many threes against the Knicks. It was the same thing, and Al Horford was there. Porzingis came in, was an elite. Porzingis led the NBA in field goal percentage in the paint the last 2 years. He did as an individual. But guess what Porzingis was? He was down at Mass General getting fluids. He wasn't healthy all season. That was the reason he was gone. And then he goes to Atlanta. He wasn't healthy in Atlanta. And Atlanta sent him to Golden State with Al. You had to get rid of Porzingis and Al Horford. They were washed. The reason the Warriors you ain't not watching them on TV right now because they washed. They didn't give him nothing. And getting Vucevic wasn't just a reaction. He knew to win in the playoffs, you have to have size. Guess who didn't realize that? Guess who didn't realize that?
Yeah, Missoula.
They're giving Brad Stevens, the NBA said, that man is the best executive in the game. He made the best moves this season. He went and he got Simons, who did his thing early in the season. But guess who didn't play Simons? Hello.
That's true.
Simons came in as a 20-point-a-game guy for 3 years in a row. He got here and said, you know what? I think Sam Hauser deserves to play over Simons. No disrespect to Hauser, just his game. He's not Simons. Simons was a 20-plus guy, point-a-game guy, and he could not find minutes for Simons during the season. Even with Jason Tatum not being here, you would figure, we got another guy.
Yep.
Let's slide everybody up the positions. This is a positionless NBA. Why couldn't you move Jaylen Brown up to to the small forward position. And now you have a backcourt of Anthony Simons and Derek White with Peyton Pritchard as your sixth man of the year. Common sense, right? Nope. We're gonna run with Sam Hauser. So you didn't use Simons right. And then Brad Stevens says, I bet he ain't using him. Let's go get Vucevic. He's only a 17-10 center in the Eastern Conference, two-time All-Star. Let's go get him. He's a 50, 40, 80 shooter. He'd fit right in. Guess who he couldn't find minutes for? Vucevic sitting on the bench behind Garza and Neemias Queta. I know y'all love Queta. Queta's not nowhere near the talent of Vucevic he never will be.
And now you got some Celtics fans talking about Vucevic like he's garbage.
And like he pure trash. Is it his fault he sat there with his shirt on? He didn't even play. Why are you blaming him? They played the guys you wanted. The Vucevic, Garza and Queta. They played the game. How you blaming the guy that didn't get in? But now when he leaves this year and goes to San Antonio with Wemby, you're going to be, how come we can't get guys like that? He didn't do that when he was here. He must have been hurt. No, his feelings were hurt because the head coach benched him and made him sit behind those two other guys knowing he's better than them. That's not Brad Stevens' fault. Brad brought the groceries. And Mazzulla just burned the food up. That's all it was.
Let's go to Chris and Clinton. Chris.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's
you guys
up,
are the best, man. I love your show.
Appreciate it.
So, and Cerrone, you're right on with Vucevic. You really dropped the ball with that. But my thing with Mazzulla, I think he should be fired, by the way, for a multitude of reasons. But a big one I think that got overshadowed was Game 6. He puts the bench in the fourth quarter. They get it back down to 14 or 12 with like 8 minutes left. Put the starters back in. That was still a game. He put the white flag up with 8 minutes to go. Was that to spite everyone, too, for what he was doing? Or that one really irked me.
There you go, Chris. Cerrone.
Great observation,
yes,
man.
It's 4 o'clock, so we got to take a quick break.
Dutcher and Hardy, Zoe and Beetle, Felger and Maz, the Bruins, the Celtics, the Pats, the Revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, here we go. The Red Sox beat the Rays 2-0. They'll play again this afternoon at 4:10. Peyton Tolle is scheduled to get the start for the Sox. NBA action, Knicks over the 76ers 108-94 to take a 3-0 series lead. The Spurs are now up 2-1 in their series after beating the Timberwolves 115-108. Right now, you got the Pistons and Cavs. The Cavs are up 43-36 with about 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Thunder Lakers tonight at 8:30. In the NHL, Canadiens smacked the Sabres 5-1. That series is tied at a game apiece. The Golden Knights easily over the Ducks 6-2. Vegas leads that series 2-1. Hurricanes, Flyers at 6, Avalanche, Wild at 9. Women's professional hockey, the Boston Fleet lost Game 3 yesterday to Ottawa 2-1. Game 4 tomorrow at 3. And in MLS action, the Revs will take on Philadelphia Union tonight at 7:30. The Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180. At 10-week medication-free plan with weekly results and a finish line. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Leroy Irvin. Your next update? No, it's not in an hour. But Leroy and Cerrone are going to be right back.
This is what happens when analysts take over the game, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub. Two local guys, lots of local sports talk. Leroy Irvin and Cerrone battle on Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports.
Real quick. All right, shout outs to Kendrick Lamar as he and Dr. Dre and will.i.am return to their alma mater, Centennial High, for the groundbreaking ceremony for the new building. I love seeing people give back, so that's a beautiful thing. Moving on, Kevin Hart there's going to be a roast tomorrow on Netflix, so make sure you check that out.
I was sorry giggling at
I'm
that.
all right. Tupac bobblehead night went down at the Orioles game last night. Cerrone, real quick, what's the big deal with bobbleheads? I don't get it.
I don't know. Would I want a Tupac one? Yes, but not in the Orioles jersey. That kind of killed it for me. I'm good with that one. But people collect a lot of things. I got, what is the Funko Pop things here? I got my Spider-Man one right here in front of me. So you can't see it on YouTube. But yeah, I got a couple little trinkets around.
This one I have to mention again. It wasn't initially in the entertainment report, but Cardi B and Stephon Diggs are together at his foundation event, his Mother's Day foundation event. I want to laugh, but at the end of the day, they do have a child together, so I'm going to give them credit for being mature and showing up. And, I guess.
Hey, man, it is what it is. Bro about to get a new deal, man. Let's just keep it real, man. Once he was found not guilty, he immediately was like, where should I play next?
Oh, yeah. But wait, I'm sorry. We're not supposed to talk about
That's right. My bad.
Personal issues. No speculation.
I'd like to see him in a Patriot uniform again, but
okay, we'll get on to that. And then conspiracy theorists all over the world are on cloud 9. Why? The Pentagon released never-before-seen files on UFOs. Now, there are a few things. Number one, AI has ruined news like this because now there is a flood of fake stuff on social media. You don't know what to believe, what not to believe. I love this stuff. I want to really go home and dig into what was released and go through all that. But Cerrone, it sounds like you're over it. You don't really care.
Yeah, we reached the point now that they're releasing it and half the world's like, nah. They're here. My thing is, I don't know, man. I always felt that everything you see, in the sky and all the video footage and all that, is just some cool tech that some other country or some billionaire has that you don't have, so it looks odd. You see any footage from the 90s or late 80s, it was a triangle of lights in the sky. Yeah, that's the way the stealth bomber ended up looking in the 90s. That's what it was. Where else are you going to test a secret plane in the sky? There's going to be a knucklehead that sees your secret plane while he's out camping. To me, that's what it's always been. Do I think there's life on other planets? Yeah, but I don't think they have Teslas. I just think they're animals. It could be agreed to, because if ants on the moon the size of a pit bull, probably. But do they have supersonic jets that look like alien technology from the movie Predator? I doubt it. This is just some stuff that some other country has that they're trying, and it's just some knucklehead sees it and records it. But other than that, I'm kind of over it. Show me footage of somebody being chased by some alien on Wall Street, and I'll buy it.
Hey, Cerrone, one time I had a dream that I was abducted by aliens.
Oh, this guy.
Listen. And they said, all right, here's the deal.
This is why I don't drink.
Do you want... Who said I was drinking? I was just asleep. They asked me, what is it that you want? And I said, listen, if you give me superpowers like Superman.
Oh, my goodness.
I will go back to Earth and protect it. And they said, you know what? You're going to live for at least 2,000 years. I said, you know what? It's okay. I'll do it.
I'm good.
And I did it. And then I woke up. And I swear a light flashed and disappeared. I don't know if I was... No, sir. But I did have that dream one day. It was crazy.
I will say this. Shout out to, what are we talking about? My uncle up in New Hampshire. My Uncle Herb, he lived up Cardigan. It's Mount Cardigan in New Hampshire. I think it's in Alexandria, New Hampshire. He right outside of his window is a huge, lovely, the mountains there, and there's like a radio tower type building or whatever they have up there.
Yeah.
He has video footage of light hitting that multiple times right up from his window. He showed it to me.
Oh, we got.
I have seen it. I don't know what it was. He don't know what it was, but I've seen it right up there, Mount Cardigan, New Hampshire. So. Yeah. So, Herb, if you listen to this, start selling this T-shirts immediately because they're coming. So.
My mother and I, we saw, and shout outs to my mother, happy Mother's Day or early Mother's Day, and her birthday is tomorrow. My mother and I experienced a UFO before together. Yeah. And you're not going to believe where it happened at. Remember the movie theater, the old school one outside the Prue?
The Sherry.
Yes. We had just finished, I want to say we saw Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby.
I was just seeing things.
Check it out. I'm going to take you real back. I won tickets from WLVI 56.
Kids Club.
I won. And the tickets were to go see Ghost Dad. I took my mother. But when we walked outside, my mother went out first, and she's just looking up. And she says, do you see that? And I was like, what? I looked up. Of course, I didn't say what like that. She would have been like, excuse me?
Never mind that alien. You see,
right. I would have saw stars for sure. I looked up, and all of a sudden, man, this thing appeared. It had lights rotating around it. It kept appearing, disappearing, appearing, disappearing. A cop is walking by. My mother says, excuse me, sir, can you tell us what it is that we're seeing in the sky? And when she said that, there was nothing in the sky at the moment. He stopped. He looked up. And then it appeared again. This man, all the blood just left his face. He said, I don't know. And he turned around and just left. But that's a true story. True story.
Now, not playing devil's advocate, but like could you saw an early version of a drone?
It could have been. And I remember, even though I was young, I remember saying to myself, MIT ain't too far from here either.
Exactly.
Maybe they're doing something. But it was a legit, we couldn't identify it, so it's unidentified.
That's there it is. That's a good way of putting it. Unidentified flying object.
Facts. If my mom is listening, Mommy, 617-779-0985 is the number. Call in and tell the people I ain't lying.
Now you know you're about to get 1,000 phone calls of people who saw stuff.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yo, if y'all got real stories. Oh, here go the phone. 617-779-0985. We want them X-File stories on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Go ahead,
Yo, is Missoula one of them Men in Black aliens as a head coach?
No wonder he doesn't feel anything.
No wonder he doesn't want that award.
It's not analytics. It's just he's...
I felt the same way as I did when I won the championship.
Oh, boy. Let's see. For real, y'all, if y'all got them I heard in Western Mass, it's crazy out there. Like, they see stuff all the time.
Well, you up in them hills, you got clear sky. See all kinds of stuff.
Phone lines freezing up. Because folks know. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. I know it. Here she comes to save the day. My mother, Mommy.
She's not lying, y'all. And the other part is, too, when I got home that night, I called radio stations. I called different places to see if there was something going on in the city, that maybe it was some Ferris wheel or something, some strange, something. Nobody had no information, nothing. And it wasn't the size of a drone. Yeah. It was humongous.
It was huge. See that? You know what, Mommy? Tomorrow's your birthday. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
I will see you at church tomorrow.
Yep. All right.
And this is what mothers do.
Come to
when
the
your
rescue.
son says something crazy on air and you need her to back you up, this is exactly what they do.
I'm actually in Staples right now, and I have the phone out loud on top of my pocketbook, walking around the aisle so I can keep up with the show.
Mommy, thank you.
It just so happened I was listening at the time you said what you said, but I back you up 100%.
I appreciate you. Love you, Mommy. See you tomorrow.
I love you too.
Bye. See?
Happy Mother's Day.
I wasn't lying. Let's go to Kenny G in Atlanta. Kenny G.
Hey, look, y'all don't, I'm out here minding my own business, listening to y'all in the hedges, cutting the yard, and then I thought about the closest thing I came to seeing the alien. It plays in San Antonio, named Wimpy.
Oh, this guy!
Men in Black Wimby.
Good one, Kenny G.
Called the MIB.
Wimbenyama. Who had a double-double last night. What do you have, 39 points and like 15 rebounds?
Something like that.
He had the Olajuwon Shaq stat line with the 35,
my goodness.
10, and 5.
Let's go to Adam in Roslindale. Adam.
What's up, boys? How we doing today? I have a story. Cerrone, I respect your opinions, but how could You said, how could there possibly be anything? The universe is infinite. There could be anything anywhere. But I had a story back in 2018, I want to say. I was on tour with my band. We were in Montana, I believe, stayed at a hotel, middle of nowhere. And I was a designated driver that night. So we got there. My van was kind of screwed up.
You're good.
And then, like, we were just out in the parking lot looking at the stars because the sky was so clear, and this triangle thing that was it was like a V, so it wasn't like a complete triangle. It was a V, and it had these either dim lights or gray circles on each corner that flew right over our head, and it was so quiet that it was almost like it eliminated sound altogether. It was just it was 5 of us, and we all saw it. And we did look up what's in the area. There was a military base in the area, so it could be a reverse engineered piece of technology or something. But we saw that. I was completely sober, and it was. But the hair stood up in the back of my neck.
Appreciate it, Adam. Listen, we're not gonna go to break yet. I'm sorry because these calls are coming in. Going in.
Go ahead. I was gonna say devil's advocate again. Stealth bomber. They're triangle shaped. Anytime anytime a spaceship. The reason the lights are on the bottom is because the FAA requires them to have lights. Why would someone from another planet have the FAA lights on the bottom of it so you can see it? Why would they put lights if they're trying to be secretive?
I don't know. They could be sending signals. I don't know.
Man, it's a military plane and you're not supposed to hear it because it's a stealth bomber so they can bomb you in quiet peace.
James in Foxborough.
Oh.
I know what happened. Don't worry about it. It was totally, those guys were coming down, right? They were coming, everybody wanted to see Ghost Dad back in the day. So they were coming down to see if they could get in. They realized they didn't win tickets, so they were out.
Appreciate it, James. Let's go to one more before we take a break. Gordon in Kingston. Gordon.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I was driving in last night with my brother to go to the Shane Gillis show.
Okay.
And I was about near the Herald building. I looked in the sky. I saw a plane. I thought it was just a plane, landing over Logan. And then I realized it was 4 lights. And then I realized it wasn't moving. It was big. And I couldn't tell. Me and my brother, we both looked at it. We said, I don't know. I don't think that's a plane. And then it just disappeared.
Oh, I don't know. That was a lot of fun.
See what you did?
That was a lot of fun. I like that.
See what you did?
I love it. We're going to take a quick break. Hopefully we'll be here unless the aliens come and take me. I don't know. They might hover over 985 the Sports Hub and say
they got all this tech. What they want us for? We just idiots compared to them.
Too much. But when we get back, we'll continue some more sports talk. Leroy and Cerrone, 985 the Sports Hub. Let me put my tinfoil hat on.
Let's get it crunk up on that fun up in this.
Now, Leroy Irvin and Cerrone battle. Leroy and Cerrone on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
How many falls do you think he averages a game? 7?
To be that big, you shouldn't be falling that much.
Man, goddamn, like how many real shit? Is he falling every other trip up? Like 1, 2?
What is that? Just those legs came back?
No. We're not talking about what's the call. I'm talking about how many times is he fallen in a game? Like 20?
About like 5 times a game.
No way.
That's a lot, dog.
No, fuck
more than that.
You're not watching the games then. No, fuck. More. Prize picks. We're going more. That nigga falls about 30 times a game, bro.
Damn.
He fell one time, 3 times in one play.
That's wild. You can't stay healthy. You keep hitting the floor like that.
I think that's part of his game.
That's hitting the floor is part of his game.
Yeah, to get fouls and I don't see him get fouled on the. I don't see him get fouled and point you like you. Oh, that's one on you. And then he hit you with this. Then he hit you. Lord, he got like a whole bag of
on the floor.
When he get a foul
on the floor bag, yeah.
While he on the floor, he'll hit you with about 3-4 moves. He'll point at you, he'll double shoot you. He'll look at the bench. He'll hit you with the
Talking about Joel Embiid and his flopping. Embiid ain't too proud to beg. You can just turn that up. SGA too.
If I need it in the morning or the middle of the night.
Talking about fouls right here. A whistle.
He just falling in the kitchen at home.
They right. He's too big to just fall like that. Speaking of falling, real quick.
Because he's trash.
He is. I just seen a video online on social media of Ric Flair deadlifting over 400 pounds. Them legs were shaking. But he didn't fall. Anyway, 617-779-0985. What's up, Cerrone?
Recently?
I don't know if it's recently. You can't trust anything on social media, but it looks legit.
Let me get.
He ain't young, Ric Flair.
Let me get my Flintstone vitamins
out.
out.
It says 77-year-old Ric Flair does an impressive deadlift. And it's, yeah.
Let me get my Flintstone vitamins
If
out.
this is true, that's toughness right there. And what we're seeing throughout the NBA, especially when it comes to flopping, is out of control. Jaylen Brown even talked about it, too. That is out of control. He got fined, what, $50,000? For his comments about the NBA and the officiating. Cerrone, I love this question, and I don't want to take credit for it because you came up with it. But you were saying the national media. Is the national media really upset with flopping, or are they upset with who is benefiting from it? What do you mean by that?
I mean by that is the outrage. No one's got mad. No one was mad at Embiid flopping against the Celtics. Literally 3 days ago. You notice that?
Yeah, that's true.
There was no outrage. Like, Embiid's been falling for 10 years. And we said it. We joked about how he's always on the floor. Callers have called in. Boston fans are very knowledgeable. They see it. We knew. But it wasn't a story. No one used that as a reason for the Sixers winning. No one said Embiid's foul baiting or he's flopping or whatever. And Jaylen Brown mentioned it in his thing. But that was like the first you really heard of it. But it was obvious he was doing it. Now the Knicks are oh my God, look what he's doing. He didn't just start doing it 3 games ago. No one cared. The biggest story of the flopping this season has been the Thunder.
Yep.
People don't like the Thunder, or they only win because they're flopping. SGA only gets to the line because he's flopping. No, it's that none of you guys are fans of the Thunder, and they're not a hot market team, and you think it's boring if they win a championship. No one's a fan of the Thunder. That's all we keep hearing. No one likes the Thunder. No one likes how they play basketball. I don't know, but they move the ball pretty good. They play good defense. They go inside to dunk on people. They get to the line. They get to the free throw line. They play in the mid-range. They're the only team playing basketball in the NBA, and everybody's wondering why they're winning. The Thunder, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll look it up again. If I'm wrong, I'll look it up and I'll mention it. I believe they were 17th in the league in drawing fouls. 17th. The Lakers, who did all the complaining about the Thunder, were second. And the only reason they went first is because Luka missed a ton of games this season. The pace they were going when Luka was there, they were far and away the team that benefited the most with fouls. But no one says anything about them. This is a team, mind you, that has Luka, LeBron, Marcus Smart, and Austin Reeves, and they're complaining about the Thunder flopping. 3 Hall of Fame and first ballot floppers who, again, when Luka's there, they led the league in free throw shooting. Austin Reeves got 7 free throws a night. Luka individually led the league in free throw attempts a game. LeBron James, he had JJ Redick complaining about LeBron not getting calls throughout his career. It's ridiculous. He is second all time in free throw attempts. In the history of the game of basketball, Karl Malone is the only player that has shot more free throws than LeBron James, and he'll soon probably pass that as well. We're tallying up all his records. But it's the outrage is only when it's somebody that's not popular. SGA is not popular. The Thunder aren't popular. The Knicks they're not being derailed by it, but they're being a victim of Embiid's flopping because the Knicks are popular. The Lakers are a brand name, and it's bad for business. And now they're complaining about it. Like, no, you weren't mad at the flopping because it's been going on for years. You're mad at who's flopping and who's benefiting from it. Jaylen Brown, he's upset because he lost to him, whatever. Bro, I mean, every time you shoot the ball, you scream A. On jump shots, you're screaming A. You're double pumping your jump shots. Yeah, you're not falling on the ground, but pretending that your arms are being hit on every shot is an act of flopping. Everybody does it. You've benefited from it as a Celtic team. You've had guys do it, but it's a problem throughout the league, but it's only a problem either, 1, when you lose, or 2, when it's somebody that no one likes, and we find issues with it, like we're finding with the Thunder and making a big deal. Now we got to change all these rules. 5 years ago, they tried to make it illegal and make it a fine or a technical foul for flopping, and everybody kind of went away from it because everybody's benefiting from it. But if they removed flopping from the NBA, which they won't do, and I've said this before, the product will suffer so badly because so many guys have integrated this into their game that the product will look bad and some guys won't be stars no more. If you just implemented the flopping rules in the league, it would change how we view a lot of these players because some of them, let's be honest, they flop because they can't play. And B can't play anymore. So he hits the ground all night to try and draw fouls and get to the foul line. Bro been washed for 5 years, but he's still lingering around the league because he gets to the foul line and he just foul baits all day and lays on the ground. He's not efficient. He's not efficient from the outside. He's a 7-foot player that they keep saying is better than Shaq and Kareem and Moses and all these great centers that shoots under 50% from the floor. When does a center shoot less than 50%? Kitchen Perkins shot 67% from the floor, but he draws fouls and gets to the foul line. Like Luka, like the kid in Portland, I keep chopping his name up, was not that good, but he gets 8 free throws a night, so everyone thinks he's good. SGA, a lot of these guys go to another level because of the flopping, but we only complain when it's the guys we don't like and the teams we don't appreciate.
All right, let's go to your calls. Jamal in Roxbury. Jamal.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's up?
I don't care how many points they gained off of flopping. I am sick of tired with the flopping and the fake falling and the fake hitting. If they were playing basketball on the blacktop in Phil's Corner, Geneva Ave, right across from, come on now.
Yeah.
We all grew up on blacktop and concrete. You already know there will be no flopping. There will be no fancy sliding across the court and all that stuff.
Appreciate it, Jamal. The problem is a lot of kids don't play on the blacktop anymore.
That's it. The league is 1 in 100 are kids that play on blacktop.
Yep.
And the kids most likely from Europe, where they still play like that. All these guys now, and I see it, my kids' age, teenagers, they all go to rec centers with private workouts. They get their runs in or whatever, but they're shooting over a cone. They're not growing up in the blacktop era. They're not playing shirts and skins in the park at night with their mother telling them to come home, where you had to be physical in order to survive, even being out there for them to even pick you.
Yep.
You had to have some kind of toughness with you. That is dead and gone from the NBA. Now, what you have an influx of international play, which they're taught, kind of like soccer players, to flop around. That's where it kind of came at. I see Chris Webber talking about the other day. And young kids are being taught how to take a charge. They're teaching elementary school kids in this country how to flop and take a charge. So it's built into their DNA. It's who they are. And if you took it away, what is the kid going to know? If he's been doing this his whole life, what are you going to tell him now? What, muscle through it? He don't know how to do that. But that's the state of the game now.
All right, we got to take a quick break. When we get back, your calls, people want to talk about a multitude of things. We'll do that. Plus, I guess we'll take a bite from the forbidden fruit of sports talk called Mike Vrabel and Diane.
Taking your calls, giving hot takes. Leroy Irvin and Cerrone battle on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Leroy and Cerrone show. Let's get right to the phone calls because, there's a lot of calls. And let's just burn through them. Cerrone, let's go to Alan in California. Thank you for holding, Alan.
Hi, guys. Cerrone, I'm going to switch it up here for the UFOs. Here's what it is. You got Colonel Blanchard, okay? His career skyrocketed after Roswell. Now, if he had screwed up Roswell, remember, they put out a press release that they had a flying disc. Project Sign came out 6 months later saying that discs are real, okay? If Blanchard screwed that up, which he didn't, he wouldn't have had blackmail on the military, which he did. He became head of the Air Force. He became the chief of staff of the Joint Chiefs because he was a superstar, because he had access to all those scientists at the Manhattan Project. He had those guys on the base within 24 hours. 6 days later, they put out the press release.
Appreciate it, Alan. Man, that UFO talk is still going. Let's see. Walt in Rhode Island. Walt.
What up?
What's up, Walt?
Leroy Cerrone, the boys.
What's going on?
Going down, man. You know I ran into you a month ago.
Okay.
You know what's up. I want to talk Lean Green, man.
Okay.
Because, they start off Mean Green, they went out Lean Green. But, Brad Stevens got to step it up. You're right, Cerrone, about Sabonis. You're definitely right. If we can get him without giving up JB, that's the mover right there.
Appreciate it, Walt. Let's go to Leo in Arlington. Leo.
First of all, I just want to say it's very nice to hear people that actually enjoy basketball and watch it on the Celtics flagship show. It's only on the weekends. But I have an issue with something you guys said. Vucevic. I was excited when Stevens got him at first, but I think he's absolutely done. If you watch him rebound, he doesn't grab him. He just slaps at it. He gets abused on defense. He's basically a traffic cone. I was hoping we could bring him back next year, but now I don't want him.
Appreciate it, Leo. We'll see. Let's go to Frank in Marshfield.
Yeah, Cerrone, I've been waiting to talk to you about basketball for 2 weeks now. I'm happy to be talking to you. Quickly, do you think in today's NBA game you can win with a traditional team, point guard, low post player, wing scorer, shooting guard?
Appreciate it, Frank. Cerrone, what do you think?
Dominate. You dominate because no one would know how to stop it. No one's conditioned to play against it. No one would know how to compete against it. It's as much as people want to say the game is different, it's positionless. In order to win, you still need a good guard, a good wing, and a center. What makes the Thunder unbeatable right now? They have a good guard that can score and pass the ball. They got Williams, a good wing, an elite all-star wing, and they have two big men. They have a power forward in Hartenstein that plays like a power forward, and Chet Holmgren, a 7-footer in the middle. No matter how you slice it, the Holy Trinity will always win basketball games. A point guard, a wing, and a center is how the game was designed to be played. It's always been that way. And if you did it with a full roster of a Rondo-esque point guard or a Steve Nash, with a Ray Allen type 2 guard, with a Paul Pierce type wing or a scoring wing, with a true power forward, Draymond Green should be a legit power forward, not a center, and with a center that plays on the block, you would absolutely dominate this game. And the Denver Nuggets have proven to you that you can win with the point guard center combo. They just never had the wing. That's the only thing the Nuggets are missing from being what that college just asked for. But yes, it absolutely would work today's basketball, and you would dominate.
All right, let's go to Joe in Canton. Joe.
Hey, I don't know about the UFO stuff. I think the Epstein files are pretty bad. But thing about Joel Embiid and all these floppers and stuff, I feel like you're defending it in a way that the NBA needs that kind of stuff. I think that's the stuff that really did ruin the NBA to begin with.
Appreciate it, Joe. I hate it. You were trying to say, Cerrone, that if they were to enforce a no flopping, that it could hurt some of their star players.
The NBA, what I was saying, as far as the NBA needing it, I think the NBA absolutely hates it. That's why they tried to fine people for it a few years ago. But if you said today, as of right now, if you get flopped, you get thrown out of the game or some kind of embellishing penalty like the NHL, Luka Doncic would no longer be Luka Doncic anymore.
That's
LeBron James might just go ahead and be with his wife and kids. He's donezo. Austin Reeves, SGA. There's multiple. The James Hardens. There's a countless. Donovan Mitchell still doing it. The entire Knicks offense lays on the ground when they shoot the ball. Jalen Brunson, every time he goes to the hoop, gets up off the ground. You even notice how many players drive to the basket and on layups they're getting up, something you didn't see 20 years ago? All the guys that are stars today, they wouldn't look the same. So what the NBA is kind of caught. Do we punish them for this? Or does it punish our bottom line because the product won't look the same? And it won't make drastic changes because we're not really turned off by it because, like Leroy mentioned last week, the ratings are through the roof. This has been the most watched basketball in 20 years. And even with all the flopping, we're all complaining because we all saw it. We're watching it. And it's bad for bad. It's a bad look compared to old basketball. But the NBA, I think they don't want it, but I don't think they're going to change it.
Cerrone, you said if the NBA took flopping out, LeBron James might as well go home with his wife and kids. Speaking of wife and kids, let's go to Teddy in Medford. He wants to talk about Vrabel and Rossini. What's up, Teddy?
Hey, guys, big fan. I tried to call last week, but I couldn't. So I want to look at this from a different point of view. I've had a lot of careers in my life. One of them was low-level radio years ago when you guys were little, and I used to string tape in the locker room. So whether they had the relationship or not, one thing I learned being in locker rooms is people have access. That's how they make friends. Everybody knows it. Every reporter has a go-to. You say, okay, Cerrone, I'll take it easy on you. I won't go hard and give me this, this, this. What if that they both have open marriages, which I don't know, they could. What if that was the case in the way the world is today politically? Could they have said nothing to the photos? We're friends. Our spouses know all about it. The end, right? Mm-hmm. But maybe you can't in the NFL because they don't want that look in the sponsors, and clearly Kraft doesn't want it. And I think the only way out of this, he's going to give her a very huge NDA. I doubt that. I think the over-under on her with relationships through the NFL, I say it's 3.5. We know Vrabel, but, I don't think – I just feel the way that they go after her – and come on, Adam Schefter, all these guys.
Appreciate it, Teddy. We got to take a break when we get back.
Take a break, but yeah, we'll
we got to talk about it quickly. What do you think is going to happen amongst the Patriots, especially with Mike Vrabel? We'll talk about that next, and the Players Call, 9-day-5, the Sports Hub.
Don't be timid when
Sponsored by Citizens Energy.
We're back with more Leroy and Cerrone on the
Still around?
What happened to them dogs?
They still around, but you know what changed?
What's that?
Social media. People afraid to look bad, so they don't post it. People afraid to be criticized. Social media made everybody stay in the house and stop partying. Well, no one dancing in the club no more because y'all recorded them dancing in the club all the time and critiqued it. So people afraid to get embarrassed.
Well,
Step is still out there. They just step in private.
Kind of wish Mike Vrabel Diana
was a
Rossini
private step.
they stepped in private. You know what's funny? Some people, a lot of people said this was a non-story. It was going to go away, and here we are. It's still a story.
Could have been.
Cerrone, just very, very quickly because we don't have a lot of time. You know, what's the chances that where is this going? Where is this going? Because for me, I don't see him surviving as the Patriot coach, not for football reasons. I see it more so for if more and more continues to come out, at some point, I have to believe his family's like, you got to make a decision. We got to get this right. We got to work this out. That's the only thing. But for me, I just can't believe there were people saying that this was a non-story. It's a story.
And you still have people saying it's a non-story. It's a private matter. It's private matters. Nothing to do with football. When those 53 players show up in July and you sit them all down and you have your speech about expectations and conduct off the field and conducting yourself as professional and accountability, half the room now is going to give you a side eye. The message ain't going to go over the same because they know how you living. You know what I'm saying? That makes it a football matter. And yeah, winning will cover it up. But if you don't win, or if more keeps coming out, they're going to be like, yo, coach out here, why? Like, what is he up to? I think, and to your point, if something does happen to him, it's not because he doesn't know football or even because it's affecting the locker room. These teams got a thing called conduct detrimental. If your issue is now becoming a bigger thing for the team, for the locker room, and for the players, they might not fire him, but they'll say, you know what, bro? I think you're going to have to take a leave of absence. I think you're going to have to take some time off. And I can see it coming to that type of situation to where Williams or McDaniels, one of these other guys, ironically, they just made elevated him to assistant head coach, Terrell Williams. At the same time, all this is kind of going on. Could it be a situation to where he gets sat down? He old church representative. He got sat down. Vrabel cookie. If he got sat down, that has to be the worst. That has to be the worst right there. Ooh, he got sat down. If Vrabel gets sat down, which I can see that happening, almost like a team suspension. I think they're one more thing, or Diana Rossini, interview on Oprah away from him being, sat down for some time. I can see that coming more so than a flat out firing.
On Oprah.
It's coming. She's going to do the interview. She's going to tell her side.
She's been real quiet. Yeah, you're right.
Either her husband, or his wife.
Oh boy.
They're going to sit there with the tissue on Gayle King. And boy, it's going to be on then. It's coming.
All right, let's do the players call. All right, once again, this is the time when we take time to show love to somebody in sports or in our everyday life that have just done something extremely phenomenal. And with that being said, I'm going to go first, George. I need a little bit of more of that music. I got to feel it. My player's call goes to the one and only Pebbles. After 37 years on air, her last day on air was this past Friday. The show was phenomenal. I mean, from WILD to Jammin' 94.5 and then Hot 96.9. She's held it down, y'all. She really has. So on behalf of the region, I'd like to say thank you for everything. Personally, it's been an honor to work with you for over 10 years. My player's call goes to Pebbles. George, who you got?
All right, we got to switch it up over here, as tomorrow is this very special day. Of course, it's Mother's Day every day, but today, my Mother's Day call goes out firstly to my lovely wife. The best days of my life have been spent with you. The kids are lucky to have you, and I can't wait to be home. Enjoy your company, and don't worry, Daddy has plans for you tomorrow, so don't you worry. All right?
Whoa.
It's a family show here, George. What are we doing?
Whoa. They doubting the boy over here.
Wait, whoa. You said Daddy has plans. This is a rated, I'd say at the most PG.
You know, man of many hats over here, no puns intended.
Okay.
And of course, shout out to my mom.
That's
you
what's
only
up.
get one mommy.
Yeah.
The person who loved you the longest, loved you before I knew you, my first love, the woman of my existence, the birth giver, my world, my mom. Happy Mother's Day to all of the Guzman women, all of the Sepulveda women, my grandmother, my aunts, my cousins. Every bit of my being loves you. Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
There you go. Cerrone, who you got?
Man, I can't. That's some good stuff there, George. Man, first, happy Mother's Day to my wife. Just let her know you've done a phenomenal job as a mother with these 4 children. You've been the mother now with 20 years, 20 good years, almost 21 coming up soon. 20 years, you've done a spectacular job. The kids are brilliant. They're great children. And I just want to give you your flowers along with other flowers that you've done a spectacular job, and just want to say happy Mother's Day to you, and never feel like you're not doing enough or you haven't done enough. You've done a spectacular job with these children, and with me around kind of messing things up all the time, you still did a good job with these kids. and lastly, of course, my mother, happy Mother's Day to my mom. Mom for 47 years, and put my age out there. My mother, she's been a supporter for me from the beginning. Since I was a little one, always had that encouragement. You always hear about kids needing encouragement, that it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be right. It's been my mother from day one. So shout out to my mother. Happy Mother's Day to my mother and my wife and all the others who have been mother figures in my life, from the church to school to everywhere else. Happy Mother's Day to you all.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Sounds like the beginning of service before church started. Everybody's filing in. Yes.